Hola, how's it going, guys? We got in, who are we doing next year? Oh yeah, the twins, Gemini. Alright, beautiful Geminis. Which side will the coin land on today? Going within. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Could have Virgo highly in your chart. Maybe running a little low on funds during the club, eh? Holy Spirit, would you lead me into the soul cycle of the twins or Geminis collective? Geminis. What do our Geminis need to be aware of? Magician. Manifesting, are we? Got all four elements. You could have all four elements in your chart. Let's get a little closer here. I don't want the sound to be fucked up again. Sorry for language. Okay, yeah, so you're running a little on funds, but that's temporary, right? Because you're gonna manifest your way out of that. I believe in you. Okie dokie. Bottom of the deck we got right now. This could change on Tony Towers Tarot, right? We got giving and receiving. So what do we have in the heart of the matter there, Holy Spirit, for our Geminis? Which side of the coin? Ooh, ouch. Burdens, okay. Heart of the matter is burdens. Maybe you got a lot on your plate right now. But you know who, like I said, the flip of the coin, on one side is burdens, but the other side of that coin is strength. Because when you're given much to handle and responsibilities and a lot of uncomfortable situations, you always come out of those with strength, right? So look at the upside. Always find the silver lining in the coin there. The coin. The silver coin in the... How does that fucking saying go? Yeah, the silver lining in the clouds. I don't know. I think that's the way the original one is. Okay. Ooh, and challenge is judgment. Oh, okay. So divine judgment's been called down, whether you called it down or through prayer or somebody else did. It's time for everybody to pay the piper, get naked, and rise up out of their graves. And get arrested for streaking again. I'm just kidding. But, no, Gabriel's up there blowing his horn. You know, when Gabriel starts doing his Louis Armstrong thing there, some shit's gonna go down. Because, that's when your ancestors come into play and they're like, can we go now? Can we finally fucking, terror strip off this motherfucker? Because they got rules, right? They gotta wait until the horn's blown, right? And then they can't just go rushing in whenever they want. There's order up there, just like there is down here. Wow, they're supposed to be down here. Okay, wow, and that's like 3 10s in a row. So completion. So these burdens, I'm taking it. You might have a completion to these burdens. You make it through this last judgment here. You might, because completion. 10s mean completion in the tarot, right? So, judgment, completion of the burdens. I'm taking it. And then completion. Remember I said the magic number 3, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit? 3 completions. That's what these guys do. They force completions, right? They give everybody enough time to do the right thing, right? But when eventually the buzzer goes bzzzt, and you got like 5 minutes overtime, and that's when they go and they just fucking they balance the scales, right? As the Most High sees fit, right? What do we got in subconscious there, Holy Spirit, for our Geminis? So that's good. Either way, there's going to be a lot of change happening. That's what your challenge is to weather the storm. And like I say, if you're on the right side of things, and basically you just sit back and watch fireworks, right? So, well, okay. So subconsciously, what you're thinking about there, Gemini? Another 10. Holy shit! Wow. So that's like 40. What I get from that is just what I said, weathering the storm there. Remember how Jesus spent 40 days in the desert getting tempted by the devil? Maybe a little bit of an initiation, maybe a bit of a test, See how this is subconsciously, right? This is what you're wishing, like, for, which everybody, I think, this is what everybody wants, right? And you might be fearing a Queen of Wands, or you could want a Queen of Wands. Or you could be thinking about a Queen of Wands, some kind of Queen of Wands. Could be like a charismatic, life of the party type, popular, outside the box thinker. A lot of people like her because she's popular, kind of like a movie star type personality, but she's also got a lot of haters, right? Because any people think, like, if anybody likes you, you're guaranteed to have haters, right? Because people hate the fact that people like you, because there's a lot of jealous mofos out there, right? Butthurt karmics that just can't get over the fact that somebody's happy, because they'll never be happy because of the way they think. That explain what I just said there. The way they think explains why they'll never be happy. So we got 40 and a Queen of Wands. Okay. So maybe this Queen of Wands could have went through 40 days. 40 days. 40 is a very significant number in the Bible, and yeah, that's when Jesus was. When he first started his ministry, he was tempted in the desert by the devil for 40 days, 40 nights, and the whole time he was fasting, and the devil was tempting him with buns of bread and telling him, "Oh, throw yourself off of this temple," and blah blah blah, because he's the king of the world, right? And he has the right to do that. He does that to all of us, whether we know it or not. And but JC passed the test. Will you pass the test? What do we got in? What do we got in the past? Oh, okay. In the past, you're forming alliances with like-minded individuals. Remember, I said the magic number 3. We got 3. Well, we got 4 there now, but in the heart of the matter and the challenge, we had 3, and now we got 3 again. This is forming alliances with like-minded individuals. Could be a secret society too, or even a church. A real church though. Not one of those I'm not even gonna say anything bad about any church, okay? Because it's not for me to judge any church. You know what I mean? Unless they come right out and basically force me to. You know what I mean? But this is this could be a good church, because you know what, the old church, right after they crucified Jesus, there, the church of basically that, if you want to talk about real churches, that was the real fucking church, man. They basically had to be like this, because if they didn't, they were going to be put on the cross next, right? So back in those days, you really had to believe, because believe me, you wouldn't be doing it if you weren't a real believer, because most people aren't going to put their fucking neck on the line for what they believe, right? Just nowadays, if there was, I'd be surprised if there was still churches like this, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure there are, because I know there are believers out there, and true believers, and a lot of them are in just regular churches, right? But eventually, I think it will go back to this. I can see the way the world's going now, and I guarantee you, eventually it will go back to this. What do we got in the present moment, or present chaos here? Okay, that's a lot, Spirit. Okay, so presently you're working on your craft. You're trying to level up. You're maybe things are going a little bit slow. Things are going a bit slow. It's the slowest night in the deck, right? But you know what? You're making progress. And it doesn't matter how fast you're going. This guy's probably over your shoulder right now. You're saying, hey, you're not going fast enough. You're never going to get to where you're going. You're never going to get there. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. Look how slow your fucking horse is. Jesus. Why don't somebody stuff a hand grenade and pull a pin up his ass already? You know what I mean? You're never going to get there. You're going to die of old age before you ever get this off the ground. Blah, 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 blah. Or you could be dealing with a Capricorn, right? And then he's got the shocker. He's giving the shocker there. Two in the pink and two in the stink there. Big red. So, whatever, it works for him. He never figured out the G-spot. Too much pride, right? It's all me. So, oh well, big red. Just stick with what you're good at. Stick with training the troops. What do we got in the future there, Holy Spirit? Oh. Wow, okay. So, wow, right next to Big Red, look what we got here. An upright judge. King of Swords. This is an upright judge. This sometimes, actually, in this one, I would almost say this could represent. I'm not gonna say it represents God because a card can't represent God, right? It's not. There's no card magnificent enough, but right beside him like this, I'm thinking like that's almost what this represents. See how it is? Notice the size difference. See the trees? See the trees around his throne? And look what he's got around his throne. And that's the difference. The difference right there. He's holding the sword of truth. This guy's got two groupies chained to his throne because if he didn't, they'd run off because he never, his pride always got in the way of him, like, finding out about the G-spot, right? So, anytime that they're not even, like, he's always chasing these fuckers because, like, literally, look, they're not even really chained there. It's almost like he's trying to train them, eh? But they get away from time to time. He has to go and, teach him a lesson. And we got sailing on the calmer waters. So I'm taking it that this judge is gonna help you out here with this devil on your back. You're always gonna have the devil on your back, like I said. I mean, if you're on your if you're in your north node and you're doing what you're supposed to be, which is basically being in your north node, right? You're always going to have Big Red on your ass. And, you know, he serves a purpose. There's a reason the big guy keeps him around. 13 on the clock. 13. Judas, eh? There's a reason why the big guy keeps him around. Is, to train us, basically. You know what I mean? You can't have light without the dark, right? How would you know what light was, right? And, like I say, he really is like kind of like you're Rocky and he's your Mick, you know what I mean? He's the one shouting at you, whipping medicine balls at your head day in, day out. And without him, really, you wouldn't be able to eat all these little, I don't even know what to call them anymore, for breakfast, you know what I mean? And spit out their rubber bones. But yeah, I'm thinking that this air sign, this could be you too, but I'm thinking because he's right beside, this could be your spirit team, this could be somebody who's calling judgment, because the devil's been on your back poking you and sticking, throwing darts at you while you're trying to do shit. Look at you, you're just trying to work, you're hammering away, making license plates, whatever it is you do. You could have a channel, you could be trying to, doing your best to, just do what you feel you're here to do. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Usually it's something you like doing when you're a kid, right? So, I like that energy. This could be a judge too. This could be a law enforcement. This could be like a stand-up cop, but not like a, Not like one that you can just give an envelope every week and he's gonna look the other way, you know. Like one that actually like literally like balances the scales, you know what I mean? A real Libra. Yeah, I've noticed there's two birds in there too, if you notice too. Eh? Birds usually mean communication, so I think he knows exactly what's going on. If you feel like you know, nobody's got your back or whatever, you know, God doesn't only send. Hopefully, you're in touch with your 5D helpers there, your spirit team and your ancestors, your angels. But He also sometimes sends. He's got people down here too, you know. He really does. And from time to time, he'll send a 3D helper. You know what I mean? Somebody. Sometimes you might not even know. Just like angels. Like angels are like ninjas. I see them as ninjas of the fifth dimension or whatever, because literally like they do so much shit without anybody fucking noticing. That's kind of their job. They never get any credit for any of this shit, right? The shit that they do in the 5D. It's like all like just shit that like seems like, wow, it's amazing how that happened. It's like, well, you know what? That's the thing though. When you're at that level, you don't need gratitude. You don't need that shit, man, because you're beyond that. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't feed you anymore. To get at that level, you have to leave all that shit at the door, and it can't come with you. So just remember that. Well, sooner or later, you're gonna have to let that shit go. You're not gonna. You don't need somebody patting you on the back all the time and like, oh, good boy. You know, like really, the only thing it's doing is stroking your ego, right? It is nice, I guess, sometimes, but really, it is. If you really think about it, like, it's really the only thing it's really good for is your ego, which is you can't take with you. What do we got in influencing this situation? Whew, nice, okay. So, you got the high ground here. You got the high ground. You got a lot of haters. I'm proud of you guys. You guys got a lot of haters. You got a lot of sticks getting waved at you. But you got one right there. You got one stick and you got the high ground. And you're going to rain some heavy blows on these guys. They're all going to have headaches next day like they've been drinking whiskey for 3 days. And woke up in a ditch. Because, yeah, you're on the ball. You know what's what. You've been deflecting the devil and his little minions here, his flying monkeys, for how long now? You know their game plan. This is not new to you. Your eyes have been open. This is for high vibing Geminis, right? So, what do we got in hopes and fears? Hopes and fears. Okay, so you might be fearing somebody spying on you, or this could be you too. Actually, your hopes could be that you're spying on somebody, or fears could be that your enemies are spying on you and they got an inside scoop on you. Which is, it's always good to just think like that, right? Well, not always. Like, I don't mean like fucking like hide in your freaking like house and like look through the blinds like a crackhead every 20 seconds, like you're waiting for your dealer to show up. You know what I mean? I mean like. Oh my god! Wow. Oh, this one too, eh? I never noticed that, but you see how the king's huge in this one, eh? Like, look at the trees. The tree's different. So's the spying one. Like, look at the trees in that one, too. It's like the air is like, everything in air is like magnified. Or the people are, anyway. In the right way. There's a lot of clouds in both of these. I guess because of the air element, right? But, oh, look, there's a lot of birds. Well, that's because this is a spy card, right? But see how many birds there are in the air there? Because that's communicating. That's communicating with, in the 5D. That's like communicating with those are your ancestors up in the air. Your ancestors ever show up as birds? Like, I don't know if they have for you, but like I go and chill in the park sometimes, and I notice things like that. Like, I literally notice a lot of things since I've been awakened, and birds are one of them. Like, birds are like, when your eyes are open, you'll notice the birds do some fucked up shit, man. Like some fucking weird shit, man. And if you ever see a red cardinal, that's definitely one of your ancestors. That's like, yeah, red cardinal. I've only seen one once, and I know it was my grandmother, Rita. who is one of my #1 protectors. So thank you, Grandma. By the way, what do we got in the and give thanks for where it's due, you know, like to your spirit team, like maybe light a candle for them, or I don't know, put their picture up on the wall. They like that. They like to watch over you, right? What do we got in the environment, Holy Spirit, for Geminis? Knight of Cups. Okay, so somebody maybe possibly bring in an apology or some kind of heartfelt emotion there. There's water there, so there's feelings there. Whoever it is, they definitely have some kind of feelings for you. The horse looks really, very happy. That's what I look for too. I don't know if I'm just like this, but like, you ever notice, like, you can tell by like how animals react around people, like especially dogs. Like my dog, my God rest her soul, Shitrock. My dog Shitrock. She only bit 2 people her whole lifetime. One of them was trying to steal money off of my girlfriend. Just nipped her on the hand, right? She didn't like try and take her hand off. She could have nipped her on the hand because she was trying to steal money off of my girlfriend while she was sleeping. And another one, I didn't know for a while why, but this one guy, he'd come around. My dog just always trying to like bite him, and she'd just growl at him, and he'd bring her meat and everything. And I'm like, what kind of a dog fucking like growls at somebody who brings them meat, you know what I mean? Then I found out like later, this fucking guy who's smiling in my face was just like talking mad shit behind my back, like mad. Like like dogs can smell shit like that on people. They can literally smell the evil on people. So if you got a dog, pay attention to the way they act around certain people, because they can smell that shit on them. Like their noses, like you know how we use our brains? They got brains too, but all their brains are basically connected to their nose. They can smell evil on people. I really believe it. What do we got in the man's best friend, right? Outcome of the situation. We got the sun, so that's Leo energy. The sun, Leo energy coming out. Maybe, oh, yeah, because the judge came out in big red there. Big red, big red doesn't. How the hell did he get here? Okay, so this is actually the in the environment right now, because I accidentally put the judge in the and the judge belongs up here in the future, but so a love offer is the lens you're looking through. So you're trying to apologize to somebody, or you're trying to bring a love offer to somebody. You're trying to, I don't know, test somebody out. And in the environment, you have the sun, which could be Leo energy. Possibly could be a Leo you're bringing a love offer to. The sun comes out. You ever hear that? What's that song? Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the incy spider went up the spout again. And a passionate new beginning. So, a sunny day and a passionate new beginning. Now, that's a beautiful combination right there. That's lovely energy. I love it. Okay, now, for real this time, what do we got in the outcome? Outcome, Holy Spirit, for our Geminis. Gemini. Oh, okay, we got a reverse star here. So either you're not healing, you don't have any faith, and you're feeling hopeless, or you're dealing with a real nasty Aquarius, like a real nasty one, like I'm talking like, yeah. Or you're just feeling like you're not shining, like nobody sees you. You're feeling like you're like in like almost like a ghost, and nobody even notices you, or something like that. Aquarius, eh? It could be Aquarius energy. Notice how he's pouring water on the ground there. So you could be you could be like crying too, because water pouring. See how they're pouring water on the ground there. I'm taking, you could be like, this way I'm taking it, you could be like in your feels a bit, you could be crying, you could be a little sad. What else we got in outcome there, Holy Spirit? These two? Okay, that's 3. That's enough. That's good. Okay, you're also, the outcome here, you're, oh, here we go. Right on. I love this one. Look at them screaming out of there. Oh my god! This was supposed to work! I'm sorry. You got a Queen of Pentacles, so in her sign, she looks kind of sad there. She's looking at her last pentacle there. But she, she doesn't look sad. You know what's funny about this card is sometimes she looks sad, and sometimes she looks like she's just kind of like grinning, like thinking about something. And in this one, I think she's kind of grinning. She's like, you know what? It's not as bad as it looks. The sun just came out. Fucking, starting to feel passionate about something. I got a passionate new beginning. I'm gonna take this last pentacle, and I'm gonna go to the VLTs. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't advise you to do that. I'm just saying. You know what? Remember the story about the old woman with the coin who she didn't have enough money to give to in the collection plate or whatever, and she gave her last coin. And I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was Jesus. I think they already killed Jesus. I think it was Paul or something. And he said, well, you gave the most because you gave the last of what you had, which is worth more than if a rich man gave a half of what he had. You know what I mean? So that's just what comes to mind with this one. So even if it feels like you don't have much, really, money, like, wealth isn't determined, like real wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. It's about how you live your life and your relationship with the Most High and your spirit team, your ancestors, and just enjoying life. Enjoying life. There's a lot of miserable fucking rich bastards out there, you know what I mean? So don't think that's gonna make you happy, because it's not. And there's another 3 here, so 33, master number. That's how old Jesus was when he died, I believe. 33 years old, and yeah. So we'll close off with that, and this is waiting for your ships to come in. See, this is a merchant. He's got all his merchandise on those boats there. So you put some money out on the street or whatever you did, you invested in something, and you're waiting for your ships to come in. So good luck with that. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got giving and receiving. So when your ships come in, I hope you make it big, and I hope you remember to give to the little guy. Have a good one, guys.